Welcome back to the 42nd episode of the Betsy Ross Jeep project. I am building this 2000 Jeep Cherokee for my daughter. If you're just joining us, thank you so much for stopping. We are in the middle of reassembly. We're putting the engine back in. We're reattaching all the wires. This week kind of got a little bit crazy because I started out the week, as you can see here, putting the wires back in and vacuum lines and all that sort of stuff. I actually tested a starter, and then the week kind of went nuts. I ended up having to push Betsy Ross out, and we brought a friend's Jeep in to work on that. Then we shuffled Betsy Ross around, and we brought in my dad's Jeep to work on a rusted brake line, and then we pushed that back out and pushed Betsy Ross back to where she belongs and put the transmission cooler lines in. So this week was just really crazy, and well, we're making little bits of progress at a time. The next things that we got to work on are some cooling lines and putting the accessories back on the front of the motor. Hopefully we'll get to that next week. I really want to try to get this running by the first of the year, and we are just a couple days away from Christmas right now. So I'm going to turn you guys loose on the time lapse and the rest of the video. Thank you so much for stopping out. Let's get to it. If you're with us from the beginning of this project, you remember when we did the compression test, we had some problems with starters. So I have before me two of the starters that I have. One of them we got working by messing with it. The other one, I don't think it worked at all. So before I start putting these in the engine, I'm going to want to do some tests on them to see if they're still good. It's not that hard to change, so if we end up putting a bad one in, you can always pull it back out, but I'd rather not have to do the work twice. So we're going to test them out. And we'll take our starter lead and kick it over. Can you see, does the gear come out to the front when I do that?
Yeah.
That's a little slow. Let's make. Oh, so if it doesn't have a good connection.
Yeah, the gear comes out.
The gear comes out?
Mm-hmm.
So we could have been fighting with a bad terminal here, or a bad connection before. Alright, let's try the other one. Don't be so jumpy, dude. It's gonna be fine. Oh, they're both working. They're both working just fine. The rattier looking one has a couple of teeth blown off the armature, so we're going with the other one, and we'll keep that, the rattier looking one, as a spare. So I got the engine connected, and I'm starting to put things back together, and the next thing I've got to do is I've got to get these transmission cooler lines. And so one of the first things I want to do is I want to take them and blow them out and get all the old anything that might have gotten in them, right? So I look at them and I can't quite get air through the one, and I can't figure out why. Thought maybe that's it. That's not supposed to look like that. But also maybe that. So that looks very, very creased. So I've got to come up with a new transmission cooler line. I've got another set around here somewhere. I just got to find it. Okay, I was able to find the other set. it looks like a big jumbled mess there, but basically this is one that's kinked, and then this is that same end that is not kinked. It is a tight radius, but that piece just goes from here down around to here, and we have a connection here, we have a connection there, so I can kind of mix and match and find the best of both. So we're back in business now. I got to get these guys cleaned out and attached to the transmission. Welcome back out to the shop. This episode of the Betsy Ross Jeep Project is a little bit random because that's not the Betsy Ross Jeep Project. That's the Betsy Ross Jeep Project, but that's not. And that's not the only other Jeep that's been in this shop this week. Earlier this week, my buddy Nate and my buddy John came over and borrowed my shop space, so Betsy Ross got pushed out. And we brought my buddy Nate's Jeep Gladiator in, and they worked on it all day. But thankfully Betsy Ross is back under roof, and now I've got to replace a brake line in my dad's Jeep, and then we'll get back to work. We'll get a little bit done on there, and we'll see how much we get done overall. So here we go. Well, there you have it. That is the old line, and it is rusted off right there. This is the new line. Goes like that. So the next thing I gotta do is I gotta figure out how to fish this mess right back into that spot. Oh yeah, I'm not too happy about it. Not a whole lot of battery left. Oh, well, that was quite the ordeal. I thought it might be a little difficult because if you saw the shape of it, it really wasn't going to be easy to sneak in there. It kind of had to go in through here, in this little section here, and over through here. At the same time, it had to go in. Then I had to weave all the way down through there and up and into there. But we got it. It's in there. So hopefully we can get it bled out and get some brake fluid in here and get it back on the road. We will find out, won't we? Come on in, bud. All right. Well, I'm gonna finish putting this together, put some fluid in it, and go from there. Brake bleeding went pretty well. Here we go. I'll show you this. Just kind of, that's a good solid pedal. We'll take it for a spin. We'll make sure that it still works, and then it lasts through a whole ride, and then we'll send it back to Grandpa's house. Well, we got all the brake lines bled out. Well, we got the brake lines bled out. We got it all together. Now it's time. We're gonna take it for a test drive. Hop in, bud. Got for brakes. Good. Buckle?
Yep. Yeah.
Good. We'll scoop up a little bit. Good. This, I think. Right? Should we empty this?
Is there anything in there?
Yeah. A little bit of brake fluid down in the bottom.
How do you empty it?
Well, that's gonna wrap it up for tonight. We got the Jeep back where it's supposed to go. We got the transmission cooler lines in it. Check that out. A lot of randomness this week. Not a whole lot got done, but the next step here is we're gonna go get the wires for the battery terminal cable. We're gonna get these things that connect the battery to the Jeep, and we're gonna get new ones, and we're gonna make new ones, and then we're gonna put them in. And so we're still going. And that's it for now, though. A lot of randomness this week. Not a whole lot got done. But we'll see you next time. Thanks so much for stopping out. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button. And if you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button. We'll see you guys next time.